that have been posted or Jav's videos that have been posted on YouTube. But that's his opinion. He's entitled to his opinion, and it doesn't affect, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody has First Amendment rights. Mr. Shetler, are you there?
I am, Your Honor. Can you hear me okay?
I can. I don't have Miss Renetti here. And I don't have,
It's gonna be somebody else covering their next door.
okay.
Mr. Thunell is covering Miss Renetti.
Okay, so Miss Renetti's, or somebody's covering for Miss Renetti, they're next door right now, so if you'll just hold on. I know that there was another motion for reconsideration that was filed. I believe that it's now been placed with Judge Weiss because it was a motion for reconsideration. It was set on my calendar. But we reached out to the Weiss or to the chief, Chief Weiss, because obviously it's a motion for reconsideration on a motion to disqualify. So we reached out to him to let him know that it needed to be put on his calendar. So until such time as that is taken care of, there's really no point in me doing anything. But I did want to make a quick record once I have somebody for Miss Renetti over here.
He actually just. Oh, there he is. Now he's back.
I love when I'm talking to myself. Sorry, Mr. Shetler, you disappeared there for a second and then we got you back. So I was just saying that obviously they had set the motion for reconsideration on the motion to disqualify on my calendar. We reached out to the chief because obviously that's something that needs to be heard by him since he did the original motion to disqualify. But I was going to make a quick record once the person that was covering for Miss Renetti shows up. So if you'll just hold on for us, okay?
I will. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. There he is.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning. All right, so this was the date and time set for the status check as to the expert reports being done and make sure that we were on the same page. I kept it on calendar because I'm really not making any decisions today. It was simply a status check. I wanted to let both sides know the motion to reconsider the motion to disqualify was originally set in this department and has now been set for April the 24th in front of Chief Weiss. So he might come out with a decision prior to that, but we're on calendar still for September trial date. I just wanted to make sure that we are still on track for that, assuming that the court is not that I'm not disqualified from the case.
From the state side, in all candor, Miss Renetti was sick today.
Okay.
So I don't know if the court was waiting on any experts on her side. I know with her cases, obviously.
Yes.
So unfortunately, I just don't have any details today specifically. I apologize.
Okay.
If Mr. Shetler's okay with it, if we want to push it out a few weeks and she'll be able to follow up with Mr. Shetler. He's very easy to get a hold of and speak to. So I think they can figure it out.
That's fine. And I will just note for purposes of the record, Mr. Shetler, I note that you had refiled Mr. Sachs's affidavit into Miss Zhang's case from the last hearing, making sure that that was something that the chief saw. I will just say this. I believe he did, simply because of the fact that I had seen it. And so I actually addressed it. I want to say this because it was maybe not clear to your client or Mr. Goodwin's client. So for purposes of the record, I worked as a med mal attorney. He's utilizing my candidate speech that I did for independent Black voters back when I was talking. That was back in Michigan over 20 years ago at this point. So to the extent that I represented hospitals back in the day, we created a record retention policy And I think I had one case where I represented a doctor from the ER room. Other than that, that was all I did. All of my firm was known for being a men mal firm, but I was on the asbestos litigation track. And really didn't handle a lot of the medical malpractice or work for hospitals, other than that record retention program that we came up with, which was a copyrighted program. And it's 24 years ago at this point. So that was when I first got out of law school, 2001. We're in 2025. So yeah, 24 years ago. I was there for 4 years. So you want to say 20 years was my last date of doing that. So to the extent that there was concerns about that I wouldn't be impartial or that I would be biased towards the physicians and the doctors, I'm not making the decision on this case. This is a jury trial and it's up to the jury. Second, I wanted to point out that to the extent that I addressed it in my affidavit, but it wasn't clear, I'm aware of the fact that video that he posted on YouTube that says brazen violations or whatever, that's his opinion. That is not a fact. And that was my whole point of saying, yes, I'm aware that there are JAVS transcripts that have been posted or JAVS videos that have been posted on YouTube, but that's his opinion. He's entitled to his opinion and it doesn't affect, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody has First Amendment rights. Doesn't affect my ability because that's his opinion. He's had that opinion about 5 other judges, 3 Supreme Court justices, and 3 other Supreme Court justices, as well as the 2 prosecutors in this case. So consider the source on that one. So I have no bias. I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be impartial. And I just wanted to address those 2 points because it seems to keep coming up in the affidavits. And so I wanted to make a record of that because I was not personally served with this motion for reconsideration. So I did not do an affidavit because I thought that I had adequately addressed it when I did the last affidavit. And so to the extent that either your client, Mr. Shetler, or Mr. Goodwin's client believed that the court was agreeing to the allegations in this new affidavit because I didn't address it, I believe that those allegations were sufficiently addressed by my last affidavit, which is why I didn't file a new affidavit. So just wanted to make a record of that.
Sounds good, Your Honor.
I understand procedurally. That makes sense, Judge.
All right, so let's, since it's set for the 24th, it might be heard before that, might do a minute order. Let's set it for the week after that 24th so that we can just make sure that everybody is on track and experts are online and we're on track to go forward with trial.
Sounds good.
So it's gonna be April 30th at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Your Honor, one other matter. Did we get to the point where we pinned down a date in September yet, or we're just kind of holding September?
I think we're just holding September right now.
I understand.
Yeah, so, but we can discuss that when we come back on the 30th.
Thank you,
All
Judge.
right, thank you. Have a good day.